Hi and welcome back. So today I'm doing my first face-to-face. So I'm a bit scared and it's a bit intimidating, but this is what I look like and let's not just make a big deal of it. But please be gentle down in the comments if you leave any. Today I'm kicking off the Saturday seminars for the Coco Daisy Planner Fans group on Facebook. And for August we have a theme, and that's to refocus our planning. And we are going to have 4 different topics, and this first Saturday is going to be all about why I plan. So I thought that I would share my top 5 reasons to why I plan. And number 1 is to keep organized. And that means both at home and at work. At home it's to keep the house clean basically and to know what activities we have and all of that. And if I have stuff for my channel scheduled, or if I want to craft anything, or if my significant other, as I think you call him, or my partner in crime, or the one who's father to all of my kids. If he has any activities, or if there's any doctor's appointments, or all of that stuff, keep organized is my first and most important reason to why I plan. And at work it's the same thing. It's to keep organized. It's to know what tasks are ahead of me and what needs to be done. And because I do both monthly and daily planning at work, and that way when I write down what needs to be done for the day, I can much more easily prioritize. And if someone comes in and hands me something that needs to get done now, I can also very easily go back and do what needs to be done that I was doing before I was interrupted. So that's my main focus when it comes to planning, to keep organized. And the second thing, I think it's sort of related, but it's really not at the same time. But it's to sort my head out. Sometimes when I have things that I want to get done in my head, they tend to feel a bit too big. I don't know where to start, or how to start, or what to do first, or what to do next, or what to do in what order to do things. But once I start to break things down and get them down on paper, they make much more sense, and they feel doable. They feel much more accessible than they do when they are in my head. Because that way I can write down from A to C what needs to be done. For example, one of my big dreams and goals is to have a house. And have a house that's a huge goal for me. So, but also feels a bit, far ahead. So in order to make it something that I prioritize now, I have broken it down. So if we're going to have a house, we have to have money for our down payment. That's like the number one thing. And that's quite a lot of money. And it's not done in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, at least not for us. So what I've done is I have broken it down. So until Christmas I have a goal on how much money we are going to save. And for each month I have monthly goals for how much we are going to save. And that way each month has a set amount of money that I have to set aside. But it feels doable. It feels like something that I can do that isn't going to break our entire budget. It's reachable, and that's one of the most important things. Also, like this vacation, I had so many things that I wanted to do, and then I sat down with a friend and she was like, yeah, write down everything you want to do. And then I started, and I was like, okay, I want to do that and that and that and that. Okay, so take another piece of paper and write down the days you have left of your vacation. So I did that, and then she was like, yeah, and now you write down on each and every day what you want to do from that list that you created. And suddenly it made more sense. It didn't feel like I was overwhelmed, and it felt like I was actually going to be able to get things done, to do all the things that I want to do. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that I want to remember all of the small things with the kids. We have 2 kids that are aged 2 and 4, and they do and say so many fun things. And today they are part of our everyday life, and some things you feel like, I'm going to remember this forever, and then you have forgotten them when you go to bed. And just imagine what that would be like in 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. I would probably forgotten most of the things that I feel like, I will never forget the way he says this or that. So that's my. I want to remember those things. I want to document our outings and our adventures, and I want to document what our breakfasts look like on a Sunday, or what it looks like going to preschool in the morning, or what it looks like when we're in the park playing together, or all of those things. I want to remember those, and that's my number 3 reason to why I plan, or memory keep, I could probably say, but I do it in my planner, and some of it is planned, so yeah, I guess it goes into this as well. Number 4 is to create the life I want to live. I think this is a pretty common thing to say, but basically what it comes down to, that's what I want to do. I want to have a clean house. I want to have a house. I want to have fun and adventures, and in order to do that, I need to plan for things. I need to keep organized, and I need to have my head sorted, and it is in the long run, it is to create the life I want to have for all of us. I want to have happy kids. I want to be the best mom I can, and all of that. So in order to do so, I need my planners, and I need to get stuff done. My 5th reason to why I plan is actually to get a bit of me time. Yep, there I said it. I just love to create. I just love to get messy with stamps and inks and stickers, and I like to doodle, and I like to rip paper, and I like to be creative. I think me and one of my planner friends, we I think I don't, we're not alone in saying this, but it's much easier than a therapist, or much cheaper than a therapist, to be honest. So, and it's much more fun, right? So it's when I sit down to plan or memory keep, it's a piece of time that I have for myself. Sometimes the kids join me, but basically it's time I have to myself. And also it's sort of when I go back, and that's, I think, one of the pros with the decorative planning style, is that I can go back and see what I actually done. Because sometimes you feel like I don't get anything done. I suck. And then you go back and you see that, well, I have actually done this and this and this, and perhaps not that bad. So that's my 5th reason to why I plan. I would love to hear what your top reasons to planning is. So instead of doing it down in the comments, I would love for you to join the Coco Daisy Planner Fans group and our Saturday seminars. If you're watching this on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Thursday or any other day of the week, you are still free to join us. It's not just because it's called Saturday seminars, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to do it on a Saturday. It just means that we're kicking it off on a Saturday, and then you can join in even if it's weeks since we did it. I still want to know what your top reasons to planning is, because maybe it helps me or someone else in the group to find out why they are planning. So please share with me. And down in the comments here, I would love for you to say what I can do better with this face-to-face thing. Because yeah, it's new to me and it's a bit scary, so I would love any feedback you have. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope I will get back to you soon. Bye! Number 5. Number 5. What? My 5th reason